Hi, it's Helen Tarrant. Hi, welcome to another episode of Commercial Property Roadshow with Helen Tarrant. I'm here at 153 Mann's Road in Gosford. So we're having a look at this property. It was, when it first came to the market, a property with 4 tenants in it, advertising for a bit over 8% yield at 2.25 million. And now we've had a few changes in vacancy, obviously with the changes in the environment. One of the tenants has vacated, one of the tenants have shrunk. So I'm just doing a bit of an inspection. Obviously with what's going on, a lot of the offices is closed. This is a first floor office. There's 5 strata lots in this, but it's amalgamated as one office space, and it's over 1,500 square meters. And obviously I've got my son here with me because we're in school holidays. So here we're at a space about 200 odd square meters, because the previous tenant, which is Max Employment, have, instead of about 630 square meters, they've now downsized by a third, and they're taking 400 or so square meters. So this is newly done. Now I'm just going to pop next door so you get to see a tenant that has vacated here. So this property here, this is a property that the tenant has vacated. You can see that. I'm just going to try to turn the lights on. Oh, lights. It is pretty messy, but there's some partitions already. One of the things I do like about properties that are vacant is that if you get really good natural light, and you can see the carpet's pretty dirty, that if you want to change the carpet on it, but there's already nice partitions there, I'll probably change that aqua green door into a more acceptable doorway, so that it's actually, there's nothing much you'll do to this. There is an area where they've already got a kitchenette at the back, but you can see it's bright, fairly bright and cheery, and you've got already office spaces partitioned already. Now, something like this is about $140 per square meter gross. So this is their data room there. But I think with downward pressure in this market, you'll probably be expecting at least 30% less in terms of your rentals, because there's probably not going to be any leasing activity in the market currently for probably the next 2 to 3 months. So if you're buying this, thinking of it as a long-term hold, you'll be thinking that you need to be able to bypass it for the next 3 to 6 months and then get a tenant in, really buy at a lower price, and then be able to get a tenant in and reap the rewards of a higher yield. So at the moment, at that 2.25 level, you wouldn't be wanting to do a deal there. You'll probably be needing something to be 2 or below 2 to be able to really, for you to recoup the effort you have to holding it, because you've got some holding costs as well. Well, there's some partitions up above that you would definitely alter and make it better, but apart from that, that's really set and forget here as well. Right, so we're at the just on the landing now. So all the different, you can see all the different doorways. They basically lead to different partitions and different office spaces. So being 1,500 square meters, you can partition this any way you like. And we'll just have a walk down the corridor and have a look what's there. So they have Max Employment, which is an employment agency. They've got a government housing in here. They've got this company Pacific Link, which helps people for housing. They're not for profit. We've got, they used to have Magamol, which is a online, they do a lot of the telemarketing, telesales. And then we also have the now the Matchworks, which is again a government funded agency to help people reskill as well. So it's pretty hickory-pickory, but if you own the whole floor, which is your chance to own a whole floor, you can reconfigure. And of course here is the lift. Let's see if the lift goes anywhere. Well, obviously it goes down and it comes up, but let's just see the inside of the lift. All right. I'd like to look at the inside of the lift because this obviously looks pretty new. Oh my God! No, we're not going there. We just wanted to have a look at the lift. So let's see if we can get into any of the tenancies. It's good to see the layout, and I'll show you some photos from the information memorandum. And of course, here we've got a lot of the office spaces are shut down, so we're not sure if we're going to be able to get access, but I'll find out from the agent. If we can, we'll go in and poke our heads in and have a look, being this time, but it's important to keep doing this inspection so we get to see where things are. I'll just pop my head in here. There's a lady there. So there's still, even though it says open and closed, there's still areas there as well. So are we able to get in? I'm not sure if this lady is open. Max, just stay outside. Just stay outside. And I was just doing a quick inspection of the floor because obviously the property isn't for sale, but we didn't want to bring anyone else in. So I just wanted to pop in and have a quick look. All right, thank you. Is there 2 lifts? I think there is one up there as well. So that's pretty much open plan there. We've got a room there, which is fenced off with people, a training room, and then another boardroom with the computers in there, and it's a training boardroom. So I'll go and have a look at the other side. As you can see, this is at the moment people are still operating, but obviously at a lower level. But the most important thing is, of course, that the tenant's paying rent. And I'm just going to go to the front section so you get to have a look. And here we're just at the landing. There's another side area there as well. We're going to walk down and have a look. So we've got some toilets there. So there's a bathroom here. It's locked. We've got the switchboard. We've got ladies. The men's toilet up here. Oh, they're locked too, so I'm guessing the men's will be locked too. So I guess that's keys only. It is a pretty old building, like 30 to 40 years. That's the other side of what we just popped our head in to have a look. And that's the exit as well. So we'll come to the landing and you'll get to see that there is another lift on both sides as well. Some stairs. Max Employment. We have one of our other client owns them as a tenant. Max Employment. Yeah. They're pretty good as tenants. We have they're a chain. No, they're a chain store. I mean, not chain store, but like, you know, they're everywhere. Yes. Yes. Oh. Slightly older. Slightly older. So we've just had a look upstairs and now we're actually on the ground floor. There's lots of shop fronts. It's 153, so you can see there's a bus stop right at the front. I'm just walking through. We get Newcastle Permanent up there. There's a second-hand bookshop. There is a massage place which is obviously closed. We've got a barber's area and a tour shop, a hairdresser. It's an arcade that's like an L shape that walks through to the other side as well. So there's just some differences here. Look, it's very, very busy. It is very, very popular here. I guess the question you have to ask yourself when you're looking at a property like this is whether you were looking for something that's a long-term hold, whether something you can buy that's partially vacant, that you could refurbish and look at the upside in the future. If you're looking at something that's an upside in the future, then really this is a good time to buy, but buy something that's vacant, be able to hold it through for the next 3 to 6 months, then before you look at a retenancy. And when you look at a retenancy, that's where that's where you're going to get the capital growth as well. So we come out to the major thoroughfare and you can see here it's pretty quiet, but it's a nice area where the main shopping area. So it's obviously very, very popular. So the type of tenants we can see up there is this a part of this GOSFORD Central Plaza. The only downside I would say for this property is obviously the outgoings, and also the fact with the outgoings, the strata fees is about $56,000 a year for just upstairs. So if you could amalgamate that will make it easier. But whether that's possible or not, something else to as well. So anyway. Let's have a look. So just think about your strategy with any commercial purchase, because there's always going to be a strategy behind it. So don't forget, click the bell, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.